even get to bronze.
Alright, so, for those of you who have been waiting for probably what feels like forever at this point, sorry for the wait, but I know there's been some questioning as far as what it is that I'm using for steam generation and water pumps. And now, after having found out that the video that I posted, because I kind of just posted it in a rush, didn't bother watching it on YouTube, I don't know what the hell happened, it was like all fucked up. Didn't play right. And actually is somebody I had a falling out with that was still subscribed to my channel that actually pointed it out to me. So thank you, Netflix, for being the one to point out that I had a fucked up broken video on YouTube when, the people who I was answering the questions for couldn't be bothered. Anyways. And then of course after that I had some computer malfunctions, completely lost the current version of the server that I had to scrounge through my 3 terabytes of just random backed up shit from friggin' 3 years, over the last 3 years, to find the most recent backup I made. Yeah, I know, I gotta work on my my backing up habits so that that kind of shit doesn't happen again. Yeah. Solved that, found the servers, why things look different, even just in this particular area, those still look the same. That's much shorter than it was. But yeah. And there's a random pig right there. That's lovely. Anyways. So what in the yeah, I haven't really been on this server since I've found this here backup, and there is no fuel coming to these. So let's solve that right quick, shall we? Just for some extra substance to the video for shits and giggles. And that would be why. So to solve that, and this would actually be one of the parts you'd need anyways. If you're like, excuse me, I'ma do it like this. Excuse me. Alright, so if you're like setting this shit up from scratch, this is something a part you would need anyways. It is fantastic that somehow I don't even know what the fuck happened. Like I said, this is a fairly old backup that honestly, if I had to put money somewhere, my money would be on the fact that this backup was pretty much accidental, slash coincidence, because I was maybe fucking with something. It was actually something specifically. Yeah, anyways. But yeah, I also used these super laminar fluid duct. Just because they're like carrying capacity and their speed seems to be the fastest. And powering 3 enormous fucking turbines, you want a lot of steam. Also, if you're smarter than me, a lot smarter, and a lot more willing to risk, you know, blowing shit up. The smart way to go, ultimately, would be, I've seen it done, basically some sort of like 99% self-sustaining reactor method that you could use, where you basically all you have to do is just drop some ingots on occasion into the reactor. It, steam goes into the turbine, turns into water, goes back into the reactor, gets turned into steam, just, self-sustaining. Yeah, there was a fancy friend of mine actually did it on this server when he built one of those turbines. He only built one. I used World Edit and copied and pasted it 2 more times just for the extra power, just for shits and giggles. But anyways, for the boiler that I use, I'm using the high pressure tanks and the liquid fueled boilers. Whoops. And I set them up in a, as you can see, a 3 by 3 by 5 if you count all 5 layers of the, you count the actual boilers themselves, and then the tank pieces. I'm gonna be super pissed off if this video does the same thing as my previous attempt at this. And then I did use that as a different thing there to basically, because like they don't really connect very well, I guess. I don't know, maybe they do, but it was a nice easy way to differentiate between the fuel and the water coming into the boilers. And I'm gonna do this like real freaking lazy right now, just because I kinda wanna just get this done, get this question answered, and then obviously that's the trickiest part right there. Gotta master that shift key usage. Boom. And of course, since those boilers have been empty for God only fucking knows how long, they have to like freaking heat up 23 degrees Celsius. Jesus Christ, my fucking processor runs higher than that. But yeah, so that's that. And as far as the pump, I just use the Buildcraft factory pump. And I got a whole freaking series of the damn things down here. And they're really simple. I just use that to actually, this cryo stabilized flux duct. It's actually quite handy. It like retains a lot of power. Like there's virtually no power loss over long distances, unlike just the regular shit. There's been just a lot of, you know what, I'm still like really technically a noob, especially when it comes to this stuff. And I mean, I learned something, and I want to share it, because a lot of times there's, I'll go looking for something and either I can't find what I'm looking for, or I found it and it's for a different version of the mods, or it's a mod that I don't have. And if I didn't already say this, or it's a really long-winded video, if if I find it at all, and it's like I gotta sit there and like scour through, and the person doing the video will sit there and just ramble on and on and on, kind of like I'm doing now, except he's explaining literally every little step and going through the process of showing the display in the UI of, okay, so you need this, and 14 of these and 22 of those to make this, of which you need 13, and then you need 13 more of these that requires this, and that, like going through the whole crafting process. And showing you like literally like, okay, I'm playing creative mode. I don't need to know how to build the fucking thing piece by piece by piece by piece. I need to know which fully assembled parts I need to make this work. But yeah, hopefully now after all this time, hopefully your question is plentiful answered as to what I use, how I did it. Feel free to ask any more questions. If I don't know the answer, I'll try and figure it out to answer it the simplest way possible with nice little demonstrations. It's the easiest way I learn is to actually do it myself, see how it's done, like bit by bit. Going full in depth is a little much. So I'm going to end this video here. If it was helpful, give it a thumbs up. If not, hit the thumbs down. But if you're going to do that, at least throw me a bone in the comments section. Not trolling, but actual constructive criticism on what I could do better. I mean, like seriously, hopefully this was helpful. So, I mean, if it